Hey yo family, you already know what time it is. It's time for us to talk about the mindset of a producer in 2022. That's all we're gonna talk about today. We're talking about you. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's get right into it. I want to talk about this year being a brand new year for one, brand new year for producers, another opportunity for us to expand and do greater things. When I first started out, I wish I would have had these tips and tricks, ahead of my sleeve, but it's okay because experience is definitely the way to learn this thing. Sometimes you gotta just go and just learn on your own, even though you tell somebody how to do something, they might not do it the way that they anticipate that you thought they would do it because you told them, but they still learn anyway based off experience. 18 years I've been doing it, 18 years plus I've been doing this thing, and one of the things I realized is that your sound is going to be your sound and it's going to be unique. If you follow anybody else, then you develop your sound based off how they do their stuff, and it becomes you being a replica of them. I want to stress so much that uniqueness is going to be key in your evolution, in your growth. It's going to be how you realize that this is something that I want to do for real and not as a hobby. And, in 2022, things are starting to change. There's a new norm pretty much right now. A lot of people are home, so a lot of people wanted to perfect the things that their dreams and their aspirations have given them in their hearts. I've came across a lot of producers that have asked me, how do you start? So the first way is by starting to have the right mindset. In having the right mindset, you got to realize that there are a lot of us out here. That's number one. There are so many aspiring producers out here that are really trying to perfect their craft and do their thing. A lot of them are out here to do it because they want their music to be noticed. Of course, you want your new music to be noticed. You don't want to just be doing this and not be heard. There are steps to this thing. And one of the things I want to put in your mind is to know that developing your craft is going to be the key in doing this. It's focusing on consistency and your creativity. A lot of us get stuck and, we go on these videos and we look at how to do beats, how to do 808s. And, I was in that trap. I really was. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. Let me say that first. You want to go and learn as much as you can, but you're supposed to take the meat and throw away the bones. Meaning, take everything that you are seeing other people do and, apply it to what you do, but don't apply it to 100%. Like, take some of the things, apply it, take your vision and apply it, and then see what works in the middle. There are times where you gotta, go out and step out on the water pretty much and see how things work. And that's just how creativity is. It's the fear of the unknown and really just stepping out and just going and just having fun with it. In production, you have to have fun. Don't get so caught up in trying to do it to a T. This is not that type of game. You want to focus on making sure that when you're doing your music, that you are as unique as possible and that you get to a place of where you say, hey, I want people to know the type of music I make, and I want my sound to be heard, but at the same time, I want it to be recognizable, and I want it to be ideal that they see that I put the time and work in. When you start to do your production and you want your music to get noticed, here's one of the boo-boos that we do. We get into a place where we start to tag everything, or we start to, throw our stuff into everywhere that we go. I get it. We get into that loop sometimes and we get stuck.
I was one of those people.
There are a couple people though that I will say that I do tag because I talk to them, or I'm either, in cahoots with them and we're just going back and forth with ideas. And a lot of people, that follow me might follow my growth or things like that. So I understand that in that aspect, but like just totally randomly just selecting people is like a social no-no. Like, I wish somebody would have told me that. I learned that the hard way. There are production etiquette that should be taught. And a lot of times, if we just don't know it, we won't know it, and we get caught in the trap that, they won't even give the music the time of day because of how we're, I'll say, marketing how we present ourselves. Presentation is definitely a key, but don't do it to the point of where you start to push people away and they don't even want to hear the quality of your music, and it might be awesome, but because of how you presented it to them, they're not want to hear it. Think about it. If we consistently just throw our stuff at people and we don't introduce ourselves, we don't say who we are, they just see, I'm just throwing this at them, and you know, they're not going to think, oh, well, this person took the time to introduce themselves, say my name. It's not just a random, just copy, cut, and paste, and then you just throw it up there. Like, people look at this stuff, and if you take the time to do it in your music, and take the time to know that presentation is everything, that mindset has to change. It has to evolve in this year. I've done that for myself, so I'm not just saying something where I'm just blasting you guys and it's something that I haven't done. I've done the bad, and I'm also done the good. So I'm realizing that in that change, that was one of my ideas that was not a good idea at the time, but I grew from it. And this is one of the experiences that I wanted to share, to change, because I see it happen so much in the production community, and they do it to other producers as well, which is kind of crazy. We are in a place where there are so many people producing, and so many people are starting to realize that if you don't do it at a certain type of rate or a certain type of way, then they feel like they'll never get recognized. Right now in the production community, I feel like we can do a lot better with how we present things and how we remember that a lot of these people are 9 to 5. They're, you know, families, a lot of husbands, a lot of wives, women and men producers, you know, they have regular lives. And what are we really doing this for? What are you putting yourself in perspective of how you do your music? Because that limit, to me, it limits your creativity. It really does. It will limit how you do things. And what you don't want to do in production is limit how you do things. I want you guys to this year plan for your greatness. The way that you plan for your greatness, let's do a vision board. Let's say that, you know, Monday, I want to learn how to perfect my production. Tuesday, I want to learn how to do chord progressions. Wednesday, I want to learn something about how to integrate myself with the production community. Like, these things are very important, because just doing music is not the only thing. Networking, collabing with people, building an actual following with people is going to be key. If you really, really want to do this thing, it's past the level of hitting just the ceiling of just doing production now. You got to go above the ceiling and go to the next level. This year, I'm hoping that a lot of you guys are taking those additional steps to prepare yourself, to get yourself in the right retrospect, the right mindset, that it's not just about just making great music, but it's about reaching those that are maybe doing the same thing you're doing. Share, build, collab. Those things should be some of the things that you guys actually start to focus on this year. And I know a lot of people want to sell music. Nothing wrong with that. You know, build a platform for where you want to put your music on. But don't stop there. Don't stop at the place of where you just sell music. There are also things where, let's say for instance, you might not be great at selling music, but you want to make music still, and there's other things you can do. You can get into sync licensing. Sync licensing is a great way of getting your music to TV, getting placements into video games, TV stuff, all that type of stuff. Look into different areas into where you want to get your music to be heard. There are also producers that do it for all types of things. So you can make music for actually doing it for sample packs. You can do all types of stuff. So encourage yourself to channel in on what it is that you want to focus on and what type of producer you want to be. That's one thing that I had to do. I had to channel what type of producer I wanted to be. And because I want to reach above and beyond, of course, I have a lot on my plate, but it's okay because I know that I can handle that. Only handle the things that you know that you can do. Another thing is that even in learning your music, don't forget, have fun. Don't get caught up in not being excited about the thing that started you in production in the first place. Remember to always have fun. Remember to always take a break sometimes. Sometimes you might have to take a break because your ears have to rest. Your creative mind has to take a place where it just has to go on a mental vacation. So don't be afraid to take those times, but don't stop doing what you're doing. When you're taking a break from listening or creating, then that's when you should focus on doing the other aspects of what you're trying to do for your production. That goes to your vision board. So again, man, if you guys like this video, please make sure that you subscribe to the page, follow the channel. Make sure that you guys like this video and hit that notification bell so that every time we have a video, you guys will be the first to be notified of all the brand new content that come up. I would love to hear your comments, so please make sure that you drop comments below so that we can go through, share, and build on this conversation. I think this is a very important conversation this year that a lot of producers should have with one another. Make sure that you join also my Discord, which is down in the section below. And also join a lot of other producer blogs so that you guys can talk to everybody else that will be doing the exact same thing this year, which is making themselves great and being creative in their craft. Once again, you guys already know who it is. It's your boy Thesis. Peace.